flying solo today because poor Caitlin was sick. I went in to get her up and I said, Caitlin, you need to leave. And she goes, can you not talk so loud? I'm like, what's wrong? It was just not well at all. I think she might have a fever. She has a horrible headache. I'm like, okay, let me get you some medicine. Let me get you set up with water. And here's some bread so the medicine doesn't hurt your stomach and you just rest today. So, yeah, we're all coming down with stuff. I mean, listen to me. I'm all ugh. So, and I look lovely. Yes, I do. I didn't do the upper eyeliner because my eyelids are so swollen. I just didn't bother. And honestly, I wish I didn't have to be there today. I was secretly praying for snow because we had flurries that didn't amount to anything, of course. Good morning. Happy Monday. It started out a little rough today. As you saw in the car, my daughter's sick today, so she's home. I need to check on her. My husband wasn't feeling well this weekend, and he ended up having to work Saturday. Came home, and he's like, I don't know why I did this. This was dumb. Then Sunday, he was like, I don't know how I'm going to make it to work on Monday. I'm like, ugh. And Sunday, I started feeling kind of cruddy. I think it's just a cold. But it's the beginning stages where you start to feel really achy and just yuck. And like your nose starts running, and you start coughing, and you have a sore throat, and just fever and all that junk. I think that's starting for me. So, happy Monday. I did not do upper eyeliner because my eyes are so swollen. And as you can see, I'm not doing my hair today because I just didn't have it in me. Plus, it's 90s day, so it's kind of a grunge. So, I don't know if this really counts as grunge, but whatever. I'm supposed to wear flannel and loose-fitting clothes. So, I've got on a long-sleeve cream-colored t-shirt, some gray leggings, some tall, over-the-knee gray faux suede boots, which my lovely cat Onyx chewed one of the little laces. She like chewed it in half. Lovely. So I can't untie them now because they'll fall apart. And then I have this soft flannel shirt from Maurice's with like a gold thread through it. It's really pretty. I have these earrings from Kohl's, I do believe. And then this is from Walmart. Yeah, pretty much just normal the rest of me on this hat. I don't even remember where I got the hat. I think probably Walmart, but I've had it for like a long time. So, and my nails are the same. I'll probably be changing these at the end of this weekend. Let me back up so you can see the whole thing. I've moved the stuff that was in front of the camera, so hopefully it won't be down too far now, because I know it was like cutting off my legs. So you couldn't see the whole thing. So hopefully this will fix it. So let me back up so you can see everything at once. Okay, let me show you a close-up of my boots. I think I've worn them before, but I don't know. I probably did, but I didn't show you all of it. Anyway, they're faux suede. Come up over the knee, and they lace in the back so you can tighten them. But like on this one, it's fine. Look at this one. It's been chewed. So lovely. I have a broken lace. It's fabulous. One of the lovely subscribers asked if I would show my Love Notes binder, and I was like, of course I will. That would be great. So let me show you what it looks like. It's just like a 1.5 or a 2-inch binder from Walmart. Nothing special, nothing fancy. I got a pretty pink one though, and I made an insert for it. I've had this for a while because it has the old school name on it. We don't have that school anymore. That one got torn down. And inside, I just have those clear sleeve inserts. And anytime a student gave me a beautiful picture or a letter or a drawing or whatever, I stuck it in here. I have a few sleeves left that I need to fill up, but I just kept adding sleeves. I started this, gosh, I think this girl is in 5th grade now, so, or maybe 6th grade. These kids are much older now, but yeah, so cute. And I should have put the year on these, and I can remember, but I just kept adding students every year to it, and every year the kids, so you even have some pictures of kids from years past. I love it. I was gonna say, even the kids from different classes love to look through the binder, because sometimes I've had siblings and they think it is super cool to see what their older brother or sister did when they were in my 1st grade class. And it just sits in my classroom library right here on the shelf. And that's just another thing they can pick to read when they have reading on their center wheel. Oh, and I've already got this done. Check it out. I did this while the kids were playing their strategy game. And yes, I had to go over the rules. How we're supposed to behave every day, all day, when we're doing a lesson. Now, I don't make them be quiet when they're playing a partner game. But during math, especially Go Math, you cannot talk. There is no time for talking. So let me put the center wheel as number 4. Put it a different color even. There. There's the center wheel. So that's number 4. So they always do their spelling first. And since it's Monday, they're writing their new words. So we've got Groundhog paper because it's Groundhog week. Then they need to finish their morning work. A lot of them already did and turned it in. They need to finish their fact page. I told them today they didn't have to color it. I had a couple that colored it anyway just because it's ingrained in them to follow the directions, which is fine because they got it done. But several of them were getting hung up on the coloring part. And I'm like, that's not really the biggest thing in this. I want you to put the answers. So I told them today, all I need are the answers. You don't even have to color. And they're like, really? I'm like, yes, today. I emphasized today several times because I didn't say that we're never going to color them if they have a coloring part because they need that fine motor still too. But when we're running short on time, I want the math fact answers. Like I want the sums or the differences. Today was subtraction. So we did differences, of course, because we're going into chapter 8. We did the first lesson today where they were adding and subtracting within 20 as a review. They're like, oh yeah, we've done this. I'm like, yeah, you totally have. I'm glad you remember. Oh, shoo. I'm glad some of them didn't go, what is this? We've never done this before. Because I think I would have just fallen onto the floor and cried. Yeah. But they were like, oh yeah, we've done this. I'm like, yeah. So it was just like little snippets of skills that we had done in the first 4 chapters. Yeah, like half the year practically. So they were skills that we've been practicing for a long time. And we just keep coming back around. Because I continue doing fact stuff because they need that practice so much. Anyway, so I am making... Oh, I've been giving out stickers like they're air because why not? It is already January and I only have 1 student on card 3 of my Super Improvers wall. And there are 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 cards. And so, yeah, I really should be moving up a card every month. But I slowed down because behaviors were... So I was being very, very particular. And one of the kids last week was like, we haven't gotten stickers for a long time. And I said, why do you suppose that is? And one of the kids goes, because we haven't been good. And I'm like, well, I wouldn't say you haven't been good. I would say that you can make better choices. We need to make better choices with our behaviors. And they're like, yeah, we need to make better choices. I'm like, thanks. I would like that. Yeah, there are just a few that I want them to stop talking all the time. It just, after a while, you're just, there's like a constant commentary from somebody. There are about, I'd say I have 4 that have trouble with the blurting. Like a lot of trouble with it. Like everybody does it every once in a while. Like even I do that in meetings and stuff. Like I don't interrupt the whole meeting, of course, but I might, say something to the person next to me. But these are students that like interrupt the entire class. They're not just talking to their partner. They're like, I have a dog and you're going, we're doing 2 + 7. Like, where did that come from? I didn't ask about a dog. Yeah, let's stay focused on math. One student today, I think, started telling me about their weekend in the middle of math. I think they put something away. I asked everyone to like put something away and come back. And instead of sitting down so we could continue doing what we were doing, they walked to my desk because I was fixing something on the computer because my Apple TV just keeps shutting off. It shut off like 10 times when I was doing 1 page of the math. 1. And I'm like, I can't do this every day, all day. Continuously put it back on AirPlay. Put it back on AirPlay. Put it back on AirPlay. Good grief. It makes me go, well, maybe I need to start using my iPad as a document camera because we don't have document cameras since we have the projector and stuff. They didn't give us those. But what you can do is you can put your iPad or your phone hooked up to the projector and just have your camera on and it'll, whatever's in the view of the camera will show up on the screen. But that only works if the AirPlay's working too. So that really wouldn't solve the problem. If the AirPlay's not working, that's the issue. So I'm having all kinds of trouble getting knocked off my AirPlay just tens and tens and tens of times a day. I'm talking, it's possible that it knocks me off 30 times a day. That's maddening. Like, it's already hard enough to keep their focus on this math, but then when it shuts off and I keep the computer right by me now. I don't even use the clicker anymore because there's no point. Because you can't click on something on the screen if it's not there anymore. So I have the computer like right by me. Anyway. Yeah, we didn't get a ton done in no. It's chapter 8, but lesson 1. I think there are 10 lessons in this one. It's going to build them up to adding double-digit numbers. And I've already taught that several times in the intervention groups. It's Monday. I have Monday mouth. I don't know what my excuse was last week. I had Wednesday, Thursday, Friday mouth too. But today's Monday mouth. Anyway, so yeah. Tomorrow we get to draw and model to add tens, which is starting to do double-digit numbers. And I did the beat the clock, add 10, subtract 10, plus 10, minus 10, which we worked on plus 10, minus 10 a whole bunch last week. And I know that there are kids that struggle with that, so that's why I'm throwing these games in, because it's like no pressure. Because I'm not checking them, honestly. There are a few that I watch them. My kids that I know they don't get it at all. They have no idea why the number is what it is. It doesn't compute at all. I know that. There are like 2 of them. And these 2 may need to be tested for some kind of learning disorder or something. So I'm not too concerned that they're not getting it right now, because it's a hard concept. But on the beat the clock, it gives you the answer. It gives you a certain amount of time, and you're supposed to have your answer written down by the time the clock goes off, which for some reason the sound wasn't working either. So I was just like, well, there's no sound today, whatever. Anyway, I always tell them, try to get the answer on there before the clock gets stopped, before the answer comes up so you can check it. You don't want to write the answer after, because then it doesn't do you any good. Well, I saw one little guy, he would wait until the answer came up and then he would write it down. And I thought, well, maybe he'll learn how to do it by seeing the answer and go equivocating. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe, let's try a different way. Maybe he will see the answer and understand how they got that because he knew what the problem was before, what the number was before. I don't know. For him, I'm just kind of like, I'm not going to make a big deal out of it because I know he can't do it. And I'm hoping that the more times he writes the answer down, the more it'll make sense to him, maybe. I don't know. It can't hurt anything, that's for sure. Man, I look so pale today. I realized on the way to school, I am pale because I'm like coming down with something. But I also forgot to put blush on, and I don't have my upper eyeliner on. So those are just a bad combination. It's just like a series of unfortunate events on my face. I'm going to just live with it, though, because it is grunge day. And I'm not grungy, like I'm clean and stuff. Do you remember, those of you that are, older like me, living through the 90s, and they were like true grunge people that like had stringy, greasy hair. Like I would never go that far. Never. But I remember grunge totally meant grungy. Ugh. Like some people just dressed, in the flannel and the loose stuff, but some people were just kind of nasty looking. It was kind of gross. So anyway, I have a lot of printing to do for this week's stuff because I didn't get it all done last week. I did rework my lesson plans over the weekend. I didn't show that, I don't think, on my weekend thing. But I did. I reworked things. And I'm trying to figure out. I've got stuff ready for today. And I have all my stuff ready for my Power Hour intervention group. We're doing comparing 3 and 4 digit numbers. So I'm really stressing what place value is this. And how do you know this number is less than this number? And they have to tell me, it's because there are less hundreds in this one than this one. Like they have to use those words or it's not going to be right on the test. Yes, I have to print the test out, which I'll do right now. And I told my para partner, I said, we need to test them. And she's like, why do we need to test them today? I said, not today. I'm sorry. I kind of jumped ahead a little bit. Sorry, I didn't mean today. On Thursday. She's like, okay. I said, yeah, sorry. I didn't mean to. Let's not get that going. But yeah, they'll have to, when they explain their thinking on their answers, they're going to have to tell me because there are more tens in this one than this one, or there are more hundreds, or tomorrow they're going to learn thousands. So it'll be ones, tens, hundreds, and thousands place that they need to tell me about. Whatever number they use to figure out which one was less or more, they'll have to tell me how they figured it out. Like, how did you know that was smaller? How did you know that was bigger? How did you know that? I don't think I made any equal to because that's just, it is what it is. They're the same. That would be the answer. They're the same. So, yes. And we got, I don't know if I mentioned this, we ended up getting 3 more students on Friday because, I don't know, one of the teachers like forgot to put them on the grid or something. I don't know. So instead of having 27, now we have 30. Big whoop, whatever. Bring a few more in. Well, I thought I had split them 15 and 15. No, I split them 16 and 14. But that's okay because when they're all here, then it's easy to make partners. It's when they're not here, then you go, okay, you can make a group of 3 and you can make a group of 3. Well, I was thinking that my friend would have 15 and I would have 15. So I told her to make groups of 3. She's not dumb though. She can roll with it. So, but I ended up not having enough papers because I had 15 papers copied because I thought I was going to have 14 or 13. 14. I was going to have 14 students and she was going to have 13 students. So I made 15 sets of everything. So now I'm short a paper for everything for the whole week. So now I got to take one of everything and go copy it because I always try to leave an extra one for the teacher so they can look at it at least. Because once you've handed out all your papers, you're like, yeah, what are we doing? Because she doesn't have the original to project on her TV. They don't have a screen in their room, but they have a TV they can project on. But if she doesn't have it, she can't do that. Now, what I did today for a paper that I actually modified and I didn't have one on the computer, I just took a picture of it and projected the picture, and it worked great. So there's that option. But I'm going to print a few extras of this test here because I want everything done because I have this awful feeling that if I don't, I'm going to get caught one of these days this week, like really sick and not able to come in, and then I don't have my stuff together. Which is why I try to always get everything ready before I leave on Friday. That way if something happens, everything is set for the whole week. I don't have to stress about it. I stress about it anyway, but at least my materials are ready. Yeah, so I'm going to get myself all like printed and copied and whatever I need to do to get everything ready for the rest of the week. I got my new lesson plans printed when I came in this morning, so those are here, the right ones. And then I might eat my banana. I don't know. I'm not really hungry, but I feel like I need some energy because I'm just going to keep fading and fading. And I have pickups today, and it's like 30 some degrees outside. Not even kidding. And one of the girls, when I was using the restroom, I was walking to the restroom, and a couple classes came in from recess, and she said, "Guess what?" And I said, "What?" She goes, "It's snowing." And I went, "It is? Cool." I said, "Do you like snow?" "Yeah." I said, "Me too. It's pretty, isn't it?" She's like, "Yeah." So the high today is 36. And if you have pickup duty, it's car riders. So you're standing outside for 20 minutes putting kids in cars and saying, "Bye, have a great night, see you tomorrow." Because the kids wear a number and the parents have a matching card with that same number and they just show it in the windshield and we know to send that kid to that car, and then the kid takes off their little tag thing and hands it to us and we put that kid in the car and shut the door. We don't have to buckle them in, but we do open the door and make sure they get in the car and then shut the door. And the parent can drive off. But it's just like a really long process. And so I have my hat on already. I've got my nice warm coat. I've got my scarf and I've got my gloves. And I have my long boots. So I should be okay for a while. That's why I dress like this today. It's one of the reasons I wear a hat, besides the fact that I just didn't have the energy to do my hair. I mean, that was just like one more thing. I was like, I don't know how I'm going to make it through today. When I got up, I went, oh my gosh. I seriously slept the worst I've ever slept in my life. I literally slept like a baby. You know how babies are up like every few hours? That was me. I was up, I went to bed at like 10:30, okay? I went to sleep a little after 11. I was up at 1, 3:15, and 5. Yeah, on my own, like not with an alarm or anything. Those 3 times. Then I went back to sleep for a little while, and then my alarm went off at 5:45 because I pushed it and pushed it back. I'm like, you know how you do the math? You go, oh, if I get up at this time and don't do my hair, I can make it. I was seriously doing that because I'm like, I can't do this. I can't do this. Like, I don't even know how many hours of sleep that was. Because every time I woke up, it took me like a good half hour, 45 minutes to fall asleep again. So I might have slept an hour in between those wake up times. So I knew I wasn't getting good rest. And that makes you feel ready to face the day. Oh yeah, full of energy and stuff. Yeah. I need to check on my daughter and see how she's doing too. But I guess the text won't wake her up. So it'll be okay. Okay, I'm going to quit blabbing. And I'm going to get to work. So I'll check back in with you later. Probably at lunchtime. And let you know about my progress. See you then. Hi. The kids are at lunch. I went and grabbed stuff off the color printer. I had to change my bus list. It never fails. It never fails. As soon as I print a nice new one, like the same day or the next day, bus changes. I'm like, oh. Like the day I was working on my sub binder, I got everything ready for it. The next day it changed. And it changed again. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do it yet. So I printed it today. So something will probably change today. I've had a kid change on from a pickup to a bus. I've had a kid change from a pickup to a YMCA, which is aftercare. I think that's it right now. I got these printed. These are, if you saw my Instagram, Mr. Carbo has those strategy games that we love to play, where you take 1, 2, or 3 things, and you have to try to be either the one that gets the last piece or the one that makes the other person get the last piece, depending on the game. I made one in the spirit of the Mr. Carbo strategy games, a Groundhog shadow game. So it's called Groundhog Shadow Chase. And on this one it says, clouds are covering the groundhog shadow. Cotton balls. Yes, because I already have those. Help the groundhog find his shadow by taking 1, 2, or 3 clouds. The player who takes the last one wins because you've uncovered the groundhogs, right? So he can find his shadow. Because if he's covered up, he can't see his shadow. Yeah. So we don't want him to have 6 more weeks of winter, though. I kind of did this backwards if I want it to be less winter, but whatever. It'll be cute. So I need to put those in sleeves so they're ready to go, and I have sleeves down here. So I'll just put them down here. When I went to Walmart over the weekend, I got some more of these little Glad containers, the little round ones that I use for the dice cups. Then I had some of these from before. I guess I didn't find the round ones. These are Ziploc ones, and they're square. So I thought, some games require 2 dice. Some games require 3 dice. Actually, I'll probably put the 2 dice in these, maybe. And put the 3 dice in these because they're a little bigger. But then the kids can just tell them apart by the container they're in. Yeah. So I got 2 packages of the squares. You can't tell. I don't have them going the right way. 2 packages of the squares. And a package of the rounds because I already had several of these. And they do break sometimes because kids aren't real careful with them. And so I just tape them until they cannot be used any longer. I have kids, this one's cracked. I know, just be really gentle with it. And they're like, okay. I'm like, I'm not giving you a brand new one. It still works. Let me grab something to drink out of here real fast. Okay, I only have 3 of these little liqueurs left. And then I'll either get a different flavor or I just won't get them anymore. I've had these since the beginning of school. So I'm slowly plugging away. But it's kind of a nice change from water, although I'm not really, I love grapefruit, but this just isn't like cutting it for me. I don't know. Weird. Okay, so I got that to drink. I have not eaten anything today. And I've had just a tiny bit of iced coffee and a tiny bit of hot tea, which I'm sure is no longer hot. But I've been working on my iced coffee. It was about to here when I came today. Like, that's where I froze it to. And now it's to there. So I've been drinking on that because I need liquid. All right. Checking off my list. I got my new groups arranged. That's reading levels and what color group they're in. I got my pink penguin activity ready. I just decided they're just going to use this penguin because everything was made as a tracer. And I'm like, I am not doing that. So I just printed 20 of these. And they can just cut this whole thing out and it's done. And it'll attach to this. Because the biggest thing is listening to the story, and we'll talk about the story, we'll kind of dissect the story, and then they're going to write something about it. And I need to read the directions. This is from Sarah Cooley, and it's a freebie, My Pink Penguin. I'll try to link it below. But what you do, after reading the book Pink, which I have, she used different kinds of scrap papers on it. There's a tracer for the body, tracer for the feet, the nose, and the arms. Tracers for the belly. There's eyeballs. And then this writing thing. So I'm trying to figure out what they write. I mean, what do they write about? I think maybe I'm just going to have them use descriptive words because they have not been doing that very much. And I think I want them to kind of describe their penguin. Like, my pink penguin has stripes and an orange nose and orange feet. Has white eyes and a white belly. I mean, that would be fine with me. Because I want them to get used to adding details to their writing. Because right now it's like, I went to the park. I played with my friend. We came home. Well, they don't tell you anything. They'll tell you what they did, what it looked like. Nothing. Nada. So that's done. Check. I have a book that I printed that I had to print 2 copies of it and slice it in half and then put the 2 pages together so it's a double-sided book so I can just copy it and slice it and be done. That should be done because I started that right before I picked the kids up from music. I picked up my color copies so I could check that off. I took the picture page. The librarian is in charge of our yearbook. I need to send my class pictures to her. I'm having a heck of a time with Google Photos. They don't all show up. Like, I can look at them all, and then when I go to transfer them to the yearbook Google Doc thing, the little folder, they don't all transfer. They show up in my folder, but they don't show up in that folder. I'm like, so I need someone more tech savvy than I to help me with it because it's due this week. I don't want to be the last melon again. I'm always like, they're always hounding me and hunting me down. I'm like, I'm trying. So, yeah. I printed a football spelling test because I realized the Super Bowl is this weekend. So let's do the Super Bowl paper for the spelling test on Friday. Even though it's Groundhog Day, I don't have Groundhog paper. Go figure. I have Groundhog clip art. Just never made a paper for it. And that was back in the day when I had Publisher. We don't have Publisher anymore. They got rid of it when we got Max. So can't do that anymore. So thankfully I saved all those as PDFs so I could use them still. But I can't make anymore because I used Print Shop to make them. Print Shop and Publisher were my 2 go-to programs. I can't use either one of them now. And I even bought a Print Shop for my Mac and it doesn't work. I can't get it to do anything. So, frustrating. Anyway, okay. I've got myself pretty much together, I think. I'm looking at my plans going, yep, today we're going to talk about penguins at the end of the day. And we need to pack up earlier because I have pickups and pickups go earlier. So I need to have, pickups will be the last group that goes. Well, actually, they can go in the same order because I don't have to be up there the same time they are because I go to the car. They start lining them up in this huge, long numerical line. And then, like at a certain time, they go, okay, go to your cars. And we just pick one of the stations. There are 6, I think. We have cones that are marked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down the pickup lane. And you just stand by a cone and they'll tell the kid, go to cone 1, go to cone 3, go to cone 5, whatever. Because they know the order of the cars. The recess teacher stands out there with her phone and she texts the little student numbers to the person inside and they write them all on a whiteboard and that's how the kids line up and that's how we know that the parents are lined up in their parking line. It's quite a deal. Oh, the first year was a nightmare. It took 45 minutes or maybe more to get all the kids picked up. Yeah, parents were mad. Our traffic was backed all the way down to a restaurant, which is like half a mile down. It was bad, really bad. Yeah. See, the way we used to do pickups is the parents would just come into the gym and pick up their kid. They'd come to your line, you'd look at them and you go, oh, I'm picking up little Johnny. Okay, little Johnny, show me the card. Okay, you can go. That got a little hairy scary because if there's like several parents at the same time, you're like, wait a minute, little Johnny, don't run off. Sit down, raise your hand when you see someone that loves you coming to pick you up, and then I will look at them and make sure that's the right person. Because seriously, you don't want to be the one that sends a kid with some axe murderer or something. Yikes, because anybody could walk in. Well, now it's a lot more secure. They have to have that number in their window of their car, and they get sent to the car. So there's no funny business going on. Now, we cannot control who gives their card to who, but that's their business. I mean, we give them the card very securely, and what they do with it after that is kind of up to them. So we do the security part on our end. We also have like little coding things on their cards. Like if they're not supposed to be picked up by anybody but mom, maybe there's like a court order against dad picking them up or whatever it is. Then we know that because there's like a special code on the card and we know to go, oh, you're only supposed to be picked up by this person and that's not them. Yeah, it gets a little hairy sometimes, a little hairy. And you do not want to be that person that's telling this angry parent they can't take their child. But yeah, so we just call police. Yeah, we've had that a few times. It's been a little scary. Thankfully, I never had to really deal with that too much. Yeah, because the principal is always around. We always have somebody out there. One of them takes the bus area, one of them takes the pickup area. So it's good. Okay. Oh, I have not eaten anything, and I have like four minutes. There was a grandparent coming to pick up her grandchild's electronic from Friday. So my alarm just went off to go get the kids. I haven't eaten any food, and I feel like I should get something. I may just eat that during reading groups. I don't know. Or later when the kids go to recess. Oh, I've got a minute. I'm going to finish my banana, if I can. And take this cup with me, because it goes to the office. No, it doesn't go to the office. Pfft. It goes to the kitchen. Oh, it's okay. And I'm going to take my stickers as a incentive. Hey, kids. I was going to say as a bribe. In school, we call them incentives, not bribes. Yep. So, a reminder for positive behavior. So I'm going to see how quiet they are when I come pick them up. They won't be quiet in the lunchroom. That's just asking for trouble. Yeah. Okay, anyway, I'm going to eat a bite of my banana, get up there and get them, and get the show on the road. Get reading groups going. We're going to start a new book today. Rest and read time. Have a kid that hasn't finished his math. He needs to work on that. And saw the stuff on the board we're going to do. And then recess. And during recess, I might fix my macaroni and cheese so I have something to go on while I'm doing pickups this afternoon. So I never checked on my daughter. I'll text her. I just can't eat this banana that fast. Okay, I'm going to go get my stuffs together. And I'll catch you later. Yeah, look at those baby penguin eggs. Yeah. They're roly-poly, aren't they? Ooh, some of you are doing a really good job. Look at that. There you go. They have a little thing. Oh my gosh, wasn't that the cutest thing ever? So obviously we're still talking about penguins. And before the egg thing, little egg experiment, we did the penguin huddle where they go in the circle and they keep the center ones warm and then they switch places. So I made sure everyone got a chance to be in the middle of the huddle. And you could really feel the warmth. They loved it. But since I was trying to direct traffic, and they got a little silly at the end and started kind of squishing each other a little bit, even though I was like, please don't squish. You knock somebody over. They still got a little silly. And so I couldn't film that part, even though I would have loved to. Maybe I can do it another time. I don't know. Maybe just get a few of them. But then I got to make sure not to get their faces and stuff. Anyway, they love that too. I had been meaning to do that for, I don't know, a week or more. But you know how that goes. Best laid plans. So I just got back from car duty. Whoa, it is like 30 degrees outside, I'm pretty sure. So I have my warm winter coat. I have my gloves, my scarf. I kept this on. And I had sunglasses because it's very bright out there, even though the sun doesn't seem to be doing any warming.
Teachers, please prepare late buses. Please prepare late buses.
The sun doesn't seem to be doing any warming outside, but it sure is brightening the sky. Yes. So to unassisted eyeballs, you would be a little fried. So yes, I did take my sunglasses. I have a pair that I leave at school in my emergency bag because I learned that a lot of the times when they do the fire alarms, it's in the brightest part of the day and then you're standing on the concrete out here and it's like, So yeah, I've learned to keep that in my emergency bag because that's important to me. Along with Band-Aids and a book to read. Yes. Speaking of books, I ordered Wonder because I've never read it and I've never seen the movie yet. So it just got delivered today from Amazon. So I'm going to start reading that. I want to start reading more. I was such a reader before, such an avid reader. And then college happens and you can't read for fun so much anymore as for information for all the classes that you're taking. And then you know how that goes. And you just kind of get out of the habit. And then when you're a mom, most of the reading you're doing is to your kid. And as a teacher of elementary students, most of your reading is to your students. So you're reading children's books all the time, which is not bad, but sometimes you need a little more expansion in your repertoire. So I'm going to be reading Wonder. And after I read it, I might start reading it to my class. I don't know. It says on the little blurb about it on Amazon that it's kind of meant for ages 8 to like 10 or 12. Because I guess Augie is 10, 5th grader. But depending on, I don't know all the context of the story. I know the gist of it, but I'm kind of like, I would like to maybe read it to my class because it would be good for them to be kinder to each other. Yeah. So, boy, I look really bad. I don't feel too bad. I actually ate something later. I ate my banana and I ate a little cup of macaroni and cheese while the kids were at recess. So I did have some food, but I just look really drained. Wow. So when I go home today, my daughter's feeling better. Yay. So she'll be happier. I'm going to make, I think, that chicken Alfredo soup that I showed. I didn't show it yet. You haven't seen it yet. Yes, you have. You will. It's really weird doing the math here. So it would be on my weekend What's Up, which would be on Wednesday. And you would be watching this on the weekend. So yes, you would have seen it already if you watched that. Yeah. I'm planning on making that chicken Alfredo soup that I talked about over the weekend tonight. So we shall see how that goes. It looks really easy. And I already had some cut up chicken, like little chunks, a pound or a pound and a half in a Ziploc bag in the freezer because I got some of that stuff prepped in the summer. So I will be using that. It's already done. You just have to cook it and then it just cooks in the soup. So that's going to be nice. And I defrosted it last night. Well, I took it out of the freezer and put it in the refrigerator. So it's now defrosted, put it that way. So it looks like a very simple recipe, and we're not onion people. Well, my husband's not an onion eater, like the actual onions. He doesn't mind them if they're tiny and are really cooked down, but onions don't always get along with me, and I don't get along with onions so well, so I don't always put onions and stuff. But it doesn't have a whole lot of ingredients, and so I showed my daughter the recipe. I texted her the picture of it, and she's like, looks good, and I'm getting very hoarse. We were able to get 2 penguin books read today. I didn't have them do any writing with it because they had just done some of the writing for their personal narratives. So I'd say we've got a really good hold on this personal narrative this week. I feel confident that the majority of the students will knock it out. Now, if they can't, then they can't. I mean, not everybody can do everything, unfortunately. And we're just going to have to move on. But I think we're in good shape for that. So, yeah. I think I'm going to get packed up. It's 3:30, so I've got about 15 minutes before I can leave. Oh, I should cut these. I was planning on going to like Walmart tonight to get the cookies for this. Plus, I want to get some goldfish crackers because that's like penguin food. It's fish, right? And I want to feed my little penguin, so I might do that if I'm not too pooped by the time I get out of here in 15 minutes. I don't know. I'd honestly rather just go ahead and do stuff while I'm out. Like, once I get home, I'm done. Don't even ask me to leave again. I will be in my pajamas like a flash, and I am not getting back out of them until I have to. So, yeah. Today was 90's day for Spirit Week. Tomorrow was 80's day. I'm a child of the 80's, so it's like neon and bright colors and stuff like that. So, I'll find something to put on. Not sure what I want to do. I didn't really plan my outfits this weekend because I was just tired and feeling kind of rotten and just wiped. I mean, when you're not used to having a full 5-day week and all of a sudden you do have one, it's like the beginning of school. You have to get used to that stamina again. You got to build it up. Got to get used to that pace. So I think that's kind of what happened. But yeah, I think I can get these together. I'll figure out something. I have enough. One year, our first grade team dressed up as roller derby people, and we have even had roller derby names. So I'll see if I can find that shirt and wear it tomorrow. Probably with something over it because it'll be cold. I wonder what the temperature's supposed to be tomorrow. I imagine it's not going to be a lot warmer than today, but it might be. You never know. It's Missouri. We have all kinds of weird weather. So today's high was 30, and it's 29 right now, and it felt like it. With a feels like temperature of 22. I don't know. There comes a point where it's just cold. The numbers mean nothing anymore. It's just cold. Tomorrow's high is 47. Woo, heat wave. And then Wednesday's 59. Let's go swimming then. Yeah. Yep. All right. Got those done. Whipped out. Yay. Scissors away before I leave. Oh, I even found a paper clip. How handy. Handy dandy. So then I just need to get the Oreos. Oreo. Yeah, I'm cheesy like that. I think my mom sent me a text. I had asked her to look for those little mini erasers for me. Oh, so the Target near me does not have the erasers. We'll need to check the Super Target now. Woohoo. Like, I'd go to the Super Target just to say I went to the Super Target, right? I'm excited that she's going to do that for me. She lives in Texas. So, strangely enough, there's a town called Missouri, Texas. Yeah. We'll see if she finds them at the Super Target. If not, I'm just out of luck because I got nothing near me. And I'm not just going to drive all over Creation looking for those stinking erasers anymore. Like, the furthest I drove was an hour. And I wasn't just looking for the erasers. I was looking for other stuff too. But, like, I wouldn't go... There are lots of other places that have Targets, like bigger cities, like St. Louis and Springfield and Kansas City, but I'm not driving like 2 and 3 hours to look for little mini erasers. That's crazy. Like if I'm already going there, sure, I'll stop and look for them. I'll look around. But like I wouldn't make a trip for that. That'd be crazy. Yeah. Okay. My little droopy self is going to get packed up and get ready to toddle on upstairs to get to the parking lot to go home. Yep. I'm trying to figure out why my paper towels over there are out. Because I didn't get them out to use them. Thinking someone fiddled with them. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. So sometimes students just do things. And you're like, what? What possessed that to happen? After all these months together, all of a sudden you're just forgetting everything I've taught you. Yeah, today was better. I have to say, today was much better. There were less behavior issues. So happy about that. Because I just didn't have the energy. There were a few of them I was like, you're just going to have to go over there because you're not being whatever. You're not listening. Yada, yada. You're interrupting things. I can't talk over you. My power hour group is larger than the last one. So I have 16 students. And many of them are very outspoken students. We'll say it that way. And very not able to just focus. So that's going to be a challenge, but I only have them this week. Like I'll have them Tuesday, Wednesday, test them on Thursday, and then they'll move on to something else. And I'll get a new batch of pineapples. So I think it'll be okay. And it's only 30 minutes at a time. So when you know there's an end, you can make it. Okay. I think I'm going to sign off for today and check back in with you tomorrow. I hope that the rest of my week is as good as today or better. Right. I'm actually making this tonight, even though I don't really feel like it. I'm feeling pretty lazy, but it sounds pretty good. It's really cold. It's like 25 degrees out. So this sounds really good. Look how easy this is. I mean, it's half a sheet of directions. So I'm not doing the onion. I'm not doing the peas because my husband doesn't like peas or onion. So I put onion powder in with my butter that I'm melting in my Dutch oven. So when that is melted, then I'm going to add all but 1/4 cup of the broth, which is this stuff right here. And I won't put the frozen peas. I'll put the pasta. Had a bag of small shells. I don't even know how much it is. It sounds like it would be good. It sounds like a cup. That's actually a little more than a cup, but they're small, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in. Whatever. I also have more chicken than this. Half a cup of diced chicken. I have a lot more than that. So I'm going to put more. So it's just going to be a little more. Plus, this is more stock. So I think I'm just probably making another. This is 28 ounces. This is 32. So I'm just going to use it all. This is about the right size jar. I think this is 14 and a half. Let's see if we can see with the. Oh, it's a 16 ounce. So it's a little bit bigger still. So it's all going to work out. It's all going to work out really well. So, and then I have cornstarch up in the cabinet here. There. And I've got some Parmesan downstairs, which is probably where we will eat it. And there's some Hawaiian bread down there. I'm not sure how that's going to taste with this. It might be okay. Or we could have garlic toast. I don't know. I'm just not feeling real adventurous tonight. I just kind of want to get it done and sit down and put my feet up. I was watching Grey's Anatomy. I didn't think there was a new one. And then I started looking on demand, which I had looked on Saturday, didn't find anything. I found it today. So I'm about maybe halfway through last week's episode. Pretty exciting. So that's pretty cool. I'll kind of show you my progress as I go. So I'm getting my butter melted. Throw that in there. It says to add all but 1/4 cup of the broth. I'm just going to eyeball it because I don't feel like messing with measuring. You know what I mean? Just live a little. Not like you can totally mess this up. I mean, really. So when I opened this container, well, not this container. I had one just like it that I used for something else that I showed you. Anyway, oh, I can get this open with one hand. Yeah. Okay. When I opened it before, when I was making something, I went, that's open. I mean, isn't that freaky? I don't know if you can see that. Look how weird. But then I went, oh, look. It's got like little pokey thingies little barbs inside the lid. So when you twist it opens it for you. How cool is that? No more trying to peel off the little foil thing or poke it in there and hope it doesn't go down into your broth and go into your food. Pretty cool. So that's pretty neat. So it says after this is melted, add in pretty much most of this. So we'll just do whatever feels pretty good. Because like I said, I mean, this is not like neurosurgery. You cannot mess this up. It's not live or die kind of thing. So, it feels like there's quite a bit left still. We'll put some more in there. There we go. Okay, let's just call that good. I don't know. Put the lid on because I have a cat that loves to try things. Okay, and then you're supposed to put the pasta in. Okay, and then increase the heat to medium high. It's already on medium high. No increasing the heat for me, Captain. So let's see if I can open this up. Hey, look at there. We don't boil this first. Usually you boil before you put pasta in. Okay then. I'm following directions, sort of. Put pasta in there. See, Onyx is trying to help. Isn't that sweet? She's my sous chef. Back, please. Alrighty. Stir, stir, stir. Oh, I do need to turn it up just a little. There we go. Now it's actually all medium high. It was here. Now it's here. Okay, stir, stir, stir. Put this over in the spoon rack. Alright. Make sure it's on the burner good. Cover. Oh. Bring to a boil. Then you cover, reduce heat to simmer, and cook for 10 minutes. Okay, while we're doing that, I'm going to cook the chicken because my chicken is not cooked, so I need to get it out of the fridge. Over here somewhere. I have a package of chicken. Look there, a package. I have a package of chicken. So we're going to cook that in the skillet. Saute in a little bit of butter. A buttery goodness. I swear, I feel like Paula Deen. Let's go over here and get some butter. Okay. Chop a little block of butter off. That looks pretty good. Call it good. See how good I am at one-handed stuff. We're about to see how coordinated I am. So far, so good. So I get the paper off. I don't really want to eat the paper. And hey, butter's moisturizing, right? Great for my dry skin. So it's okay I'm getting all slimy. Did I get all the paper off? Looks good. Okay, now I need to turn this on to a dual. Bloop. Alright, so we're going to saute the chicken in there. One thing that is a huge pet peeve, and I'm so weird, is wet sleeves. Like, when I wash my hands, the sleeves get wet, and they're cold and slimy feeling. Whoa. Cannot stand that. Oh, that is also why when we go to an amusement park like Silver Dollar City, and they have wet rides and dry rides, we have to have a total wet ride day because I cannot stand wandering around the park being half wet all day. Like, we need to get in, ride all the wet stuff, and go change because I cannot stand that feeling of being cold and wet. And your clothes are sticking to you, and your underwear is soggy, and it's just hanging on you, and it's so gross. So gross. So yeah, that's my weirdness, some of it. You've already seen some of it at school. Man, there's like gunk all over the stove. Because other people use the appliances in the kitchen, and I do not wipe them down like I would. So, you know, small things. I can live with that, I suppose. Because I can always wipe it down if it bugs me enough. Alright, let's get that butter melted. Alright, a watch pot never boils, and that is so true. I'm going to turn it up even more because I'm impatient. Oh, look at there. Buttery goodness. Okay, good luck opening this with one hand. I'm going to have to cut it. Let's see if I can do this left-handed. We'll see. Getting there. Oh. Well, let's just switch hands now. Here we go. Switchy McSwitcherson. Oh, there we go. Now we're getting some cutting action. You, if you watched any of my prep videos in the summer, will have seen me put this in this bag actually and seal it in my little vacuum sealer that's right over there by all the oranges and the grapefruits and piles of junk mail that needs to get rid of. Piles of junk mail that I need to get rid of. Right. So I'm gonna dump all the lovely cut up chicken in here. Make sure everything's gone. Yep. And throw it away in the trash can. Alright. Goodbye. Yeah, this is the cake plate that needs to be washed because finally the last of the cake was eaten from Caitlin's birthday. Alright, I'm going to need another cooking utensil for chicken because we don't want to put the raw chicken utensil in with the pasta thing for sure. We need to season this a bit. So to do that, we'll do some salt, a little bit of salt, and what else looks good? Let's see, some mixed up salt, sure, why not? Let's throw a little bit of that in there. Salty salt, salt, not a ton. All right, twist it back on. This is the one-handed show. This stuff is so good. It has all kinds of different salts in it. I'm going to put a little bit of pepper in there. A little bit of pepper. Pepper. Okay. Let's do a little bit of garlic. Because who couldn't use some garlic? A little bit. A little dab will do you with this dried stuff. And I think I'll skip all the other stuff. Okay. See how she's rolling. Making it good. Saute, saute, saute. Saute. Chante. And Vogue with me. Oh, Pikachu. Pikachu says, I would like some too, please. I'm hungry. Caitlin is supposed to feed them any time now. So I probably will need to text her and say, hey, will you please feed the cats because they are looking quite ravenous. Onyx checking out stuff. It smells pretty good, huh? Oops. Slid it off the burner a little bit. Oh, starting to get some frying action. Yay. Oh, we're getting some boiling action. Okay, I think this said, check the recipe. I've never made this before. Reduce the heat to medium-high and bring to a boil. Cover. Reduce heat to simmer. All right, yay. Let's stir it a little bit. Nobody wants their pasta stuck to the pan. That is why the stove is messy. Cover. Woo! Can't find the lid. There we go. Reduce heat. Simmer. 10 minutes. Timer. Timer. Beep. Okay. Check. Alright, when this is done, this should be done. Then I put this in there. And I put this in there. And I stir, stir, stir. And I cook an additional 10 minutes. 10. And then you put the rest of the broth. And what else? Most of the broth. And some cornstarch until smooth. So I don't know if I'm going to do the cornstarch. That's just if you want it thicker. I don't really care. It's soup after all. This is looking pretty good. This all cooked. Yeah, I'm a little loopy right now, I think, because I'm just tired. Because if you listened earlier, I woke up like 3 different times in the night. Oh, I had a terrible dream. I had a terrible dream that we were at some kind of like resort place or something, and Caitlin wanted to go do something like, I don't know, something skiing or scuba diving, or I don't even know what it was. Something that she wanted to go do. And I was like, well, I'll go with you because obviously I'm not going to just let her wander around by herself, right? Because she's a teenager and no. And I think we were out of the country or something. I don't know. It was weird. And she went down this like breezeway or something. And I was like, hold on, I'll be right there. You know, and she just kind of took off because she was like really determined to get where she's going. And so I'm texting her. I'm like, slow down. I'm coming. And then she's like, I'm just going to go check in to this one place. Just meet me there. And I'm like, I really would rather you wait for me. So she's like, I'll be there. So just come. And I'm like, and I wasn't sure where it was and all this stuff. And she like disappeared from my sight. And then all I remember is feeling a sense of complete and utter panic and freak out because I could not find her and I could not text her. Like, she did not reply or respond to my texts. And then I get to the place where she was supposed to meet me, and someone has signed in on her spot, and it was like some name. I can't even remember what it was now. Some guy's name. And I'm asking them, have you seen this girl? Did she come through here? And they're like, oh yeah, she was with this guy and he signed in and blah, blah, blah. And I'm going, what guy? Like, she's not with anybody. Like, what the heck? And then I woke up. Oh my gosh. My mama heart was just breaking because it was very, very upsetting to wake up thinking your child has been taken. That was an awful dream. After that, then I didn't really want to go back to sleep because I didn't want to go back into that dream. So I'm sure that didn't help my sleeping situation either. But do you ever have dreams like that about your kids? And it's just so vivid. And I'm like, okay, let's put this in perspective. Did I just watch something where someone's child was kidnapped or some child was in peril or something? I don't know. I watched King Arthur. And yeah, he was in peril lots of times, but it wasn't really the same kind of thing. So I don't really know where that came from. That was just strange with a capital S. I've got 5 minutes left on the timer. Oh, and you can see the steam coming up here. I get some kind of spots on the microwave. That's going to be lovely. Let's put this lid over here and turn this way down so we can just kind of saute. And the noodles are cooking really nicely in here. Look at those little noodles. Don't they look pretty? Alright, so this has got another 4 minutes to do its thingy thing. And then I can add the rest of the yummies for 10 minutes and then add the rest of the broth and some cornstarch, which I guess I will put in because I'm kind of a believer in don't mess with a recipe till you've made it the way it says to make it first. Okay, there's baking powder for me, and then Caitlin wants some for like some concoctions of some kind. Where is cornstarch? Oh my goodness, to find it. Here it is. Cornstarch. Oh, kitties are strange today. Restless kitties. All right. And I know I'm gonna have to smooth this all again, but I just cannot stand having stuff laying around all over the counter. It drives me crazy. So I always put stuff back. It's cooking line because I made a recipe from Blue Apron and it was amazing. And they use sherry in it. And the alcohol cooks off. So if you're not a drinker, which I'm not either, then you can do that. And it doesn't give you any alcohol. It just gives you flavor. And it was really, really good. And I want to say, I think it was a chicken recipe. I don't know. I printed it. That's one of the cool things about those like home delivery food services. Their recipes are available online. So really, before a kitty decides they want to eat it. Here's my bacon from Chili's last week. So we didn't want chili on the fries for Caitlin. 3 minutes. Yeah, chicken's looking good. Turn that way. Let's just turn it off. It's done. Okay, I will let you see what happens when I put everything together. I'm going to go ahead and put the tablespoon of the cornstarch in here. And some for the counter too, apparently. I'll throw that in here. And some for my hand, because why not? Okay, I'll put this back. I've heated my tea yet again. This, mind you, is the same tea that I made this morning to take to school with me, yes. Actually, it's the tea that I made to drink this morning. And I didn't get a chance to drink it all because I found out Caitlin was sick and I ran around and got medicine for her and got her settled. But then I just heated it and put it in my little insulated mug. And you know, when you're at school, you don't get to drink stuff while it's warm. That would be a miracle if that happened. Sorry, this camera flopping is not so good. Not so good. Alrighty then. Let's put in the Alfredo sauce. I don't know that I can do this one-handed. Hold on 1 second, please. Please stand by. Here we go. What else am I supposed to put in there? Oh yeah, the chicken. Thus making it chicken Alfredo. Oh, timer just went off very loudly. Goodness. Okay, let me scoop out the rest of this yummy Alfredo sauce. I'll take the merry old sauteed chicken and throw it in there, and I'll show you what it looks like. Looking pretty good. Okay, I think we're supposed to simmer that. It doesn't say to, it just says cook an additional 10 minutes. Let's turn this up. Timer again. Timer. There we go. Okay, let me go see if I can find some kind of yummy bread or something. I think I should cover that up. I'll be back in a moment. All right, I snagged some bread out of the pantry. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce this. Artisanal. Anyway, it's Lee. It's really good. It's kind of got a sourdough kind of a smell to it. It's got a little, like, oh, I can't think of what kind of bread that you get like at farmers markets and stuff. It's got that kind of a thing going with it. Craft bread or whatever, like a, you know, artisan bread. Anyway, that's kind of what the name is. Artisan. So anyway, this makes really, really good garlic toast to go with meals. So I'm going to have that. Galen said she's not real hungry right now. My husband's not home yet. He should be home anytime now, and then we can eat this yummy, yummy food. So I'll let you know how it goes. Okay, so I've got the cornstarch, and I just poured a little bit of the chicken stock in with the cornstarch. And you got to do a little bit at a time or it gets very clumpy. So that's looking pretty good. All the clumpy clumps out. And this will thicken the soup, which is already pretty darn thick. Yeah, so it should be nice and milky when you're done. It should look like milk, honestly. Alrighty, so I just need to pour this and the remainder of the chicken stuff in there. Chicken broth. Yeah, it's chicken stuff. Look at that numminess. I would love broccoli with that. That's why the peas would be so good. Pour that in there. And the rest of the stock. Okay. Let's see how this shapes up here. Yes, it does. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the 80s. Those of us that lived through it, these are actual earrings that I wore in the 80s in junior high. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Check it out. I also have some where there was a stud, and then they had the back that had stuff that went along the edge of your lobe. I have some of those too. They're hearts. It's a rainbow. So I'm wearing this roller derby shirt that we made in first grade several years ago, and it's got my roller derby name, Smiley Girl. I don't know if you can see that, but I've got to hurry because the kids are going to be here really soon. So let me back up so you can see the whole crazy deal. Here we go. I've got funky eyeshadow on. Look at that. Bright pink and bright yellow. This bright yellow shirt with all kinds of brightness on it. So, yeah. Welcome back to the 80s, friends. Okay, I'm going to get to work because the kids will be coming in any second, literally. I'll check with you later. Hello, good afternoon. It's recess time. I didn't get a chance to talk during plan time because we had a meeting. And then I didn't have a chance to talk during lunch because I was eating my lunch and running around and talking to a teacher. So, goodness, craziness. It's been a wacky day. And I was grouchy today. I just got to be honest. I was a little grouchy with the kids because they were frustrating me a lot. Some of them just kept talking and talking and talking, and I'd talk to them about it, and I'd ask them to not do it anymore. And finally, I was just like, stop. Enough is enough, man. We got to get some things done. So yeah, you left my lovely 80s hair. I don't know if that's really 80s, but I made it as poofy as I could because 80s was big hair decade. So yeah. One of my kids was like, why do you look so weird? And I'm like, because it's 80s day. And they're like, oh. I'm like, okay, thanks for noticing what's going on around you, friend. Okay, whatever. Hopefully from the meeting that I had during plan time, my kiddos that are really struggling a lot will get some help, because I've been asking and talking to people and trying to get something going with these kiddos, because I think they all three might need some sort of testing. And here it is, end of January. I did my part when I was supposed to, so I can't make anything else happen. But that's frustrating, because you see your kids struggling and you have done what you feel that you can do, and you are running out of ideas and it's not helping them, and you've gotten them some extra help and it's like they need more. So I'm hoping that something happens because of this meeting. We'll see. I'm really hoping. We're going to do Pink Penguin today. Yay. And I'll show you my Pink Penguin because I have one. Let me go get it. Okay, so here's Pink. It's about a pink penguin. It's written by Lynn Rickards and illustrated by Margaret Chamberlain. I think I got this from Amazon. Pretty sure. Anyway, I got this book. And then I showed you that freebie pack. There's the penguin. I'm not going to mess with the whole craft thing where I have to trace the body and all this stuff. I told you that yesterday because I just ain't nobody got time for that today. So we're just going to cut this out and glue it on. The biggest thing I want them to do is to use describing words, because I don't get a lot out of them. Kind of like an All About My Penguin, because it's about my pink penguin. So, yes. So we'll do some of it together, but I'm going to have them come up with the details. They need a guideline, though. Like, I'm going to put this on the board. Like, I'll project it up there. So I think it's going to be cute. I think it'll be really cute. And maybe I can put it in the hallway. Here's the penguin. Isn't that so cute? It's huge. It's really good size. Like, that's not a little tiny penguin. What is this? I don't know what that is. String. I need to cut that off. Anyway, I like to keep the labels on my animals, and then I know it's mine, for one thing. It's from Destination Nation. I got this from Amazon, but that's the name of the company that had it on there. Pink Penguin. It's just called Pink Penguin. I'll try to link it below for you. And the book, if I got it from Amazon. And if I didn't get it from Amazon, I'll try to figure out where it came from, and I'll let you know down below. All right, so, so cute. So we're going to talk about our penguin. It's not exactly the same penguin, but it's, you know, pretty close. It's a pink penguin. I mean, what else are you going to do? So that's what we're doing for science-ish. I mean, we've been talking about penguins. They know what actual penguins eat, so maybe they'll use some of that prior knowledge to write about this penguin. I don't know. This penguin might like pizza. I don't know. We'll see. So that's what we're going to do about that. I'll see you later.